I am a regular college student and recently work has started to pile up on me. With the addition of many hard classes, such as anatomy, added to my schedule, my 2 new jobs have started to become overwhelming as well. In addition, I also read a book a week and make sure I make great quality videos for you guys. And it has been a little stressful. Now, what do I do? Or what can I do? Should I start crying or curse at the world for giving me all this work? Or should I just drop out of college altogether and quit because the stress has really gotten to me? Nah, I think I might just stay and have a little fun with all this. What I actually did when I saw all this work piling up on me was laugh. Because why not? Laughing at my problems is a lot better than being angry all the time and allowing the stress to get to me. This brings us to habit number 1, be proactive. One of the most important things is that between stimulus and response, you have the freedom to choose. You can choose between being upset, or you could choose between being pissed off, or you could choose to be happy. The second habit is start with the end in mind. Now in society, everyone tells us to work hard. Parents, friends, teachers, basically the whole world tells us to work hard and eventually we will be successful. But what does being successful really mean? Does it mean being a doctor, a lawyer, or does it mean being able to do something you enjoy every day? Where does actual success lead to? And that is for you to decide. But when you start with the end in mind, you will know what you want to be, and then you can plan accordingly and follow through with it. Some of you guys may know a friend that wants to be a doctor, but with the end in mind, they will know what kind of classes to take in school, they will know to take the MCAT, and they will know to apply to med school. The third habit is putting first things first. My father sits home all day long struggling to pay his bills. He has no stable job and he cannot afford to turn on the heat, and he barely makes it through the day by eating junk food. His thought process is that one day everything will be better and that he'll live happily ever after, even though he spends his entire day looking at his phone and reading the newspaper and doing nothing that will lead him to that goal. This is why you have to put first things first. You want to start putting the important things that align with your dreams and values first. Nothing will change unless you be the change and start taking action. And if you keep on putting useless tasks in front of important tasks, then your dream of a future will always remain a dream. The fourth habit is think win-win. This is really important when dealing with other people. A few months ago, I was at a local gym and I really needed to squat. And there was one guy who was basically hogging the area, and I went up to him and asked if I could use the rack. And he said, I still got an exercise. Now, he wasn't using the rack, but he was just using the area. So I could have just walked away and not done my squats, but that would have been a loss for me. Instead, I asked him if I could work in with him, which means sharing the weights. And he agreed. I got to do my squats, and then he got to do his exercise, and it was a win-win situation. With the win-win mentality, you will be able to interact with others and come to good agreements with them. The fifth habit is seek first to understand, then to be understood. This habit is all about active listening. If you want to get your point across to someone, you have to make sure that you understand their point of view first. If you do not know where others are coming from, then you cannot make arguments that will help get your point across. By listening and understanding the other person first, you will be able to make the job of convincing and informing the other person more easily. The sixth habit is SYNERGIZE. All of the habits that you learn are connected in some way, and if you use one, you are bound to use another. For example, when you first seek to understand and listen to other people before you start to explain your point of view and to be understood, you have to have a win-win mentality or you can't do it. The last habit is the most important of them all. Sharpen the saw. These habits that we learned today are all part of a toolbox that we have in life. Our toolbox also includes many skills that we have, and we use many of the tools to go through life. However, you have to make sure that your tools do not get dull, and you continue to sharpen them, which means you continue to use your skills and habits so you do not forget them. This way, you can be an effective person. Remember, these habits are a learning process and are continually developed through life. No one can be perfect at them, but only can become better at using them. If you try to implement one of these habits and you fail, do not beat yourself up. Just look at what went wrong and keep on trying. Thank you so much, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe. And this is Mental Fitness, where we hustle for better well-being.